I think that what has happened in the past few decades in this part of the world, it has created many reasons for nations like the Syrian nation or the Lebanese nation to feel threatened by the policies of the Zionist regime. And that is a reason for governments like the government of Syria to stand up in face of that. But, well, that's, I think, no justification for oppressing one's own nation. I think that is something that the people should decide for. Policies, internal policies of nations should be determined by those nations themselves, by their people. And I think that is one area where, unfortunately, terrorist groups have infiltrated Syria. And unfortunately, what has happened now in Syria is a disaster for the people. And I hope that the people, the Syrian nation, they'll be able, and this has been the policy of the government, to work with the Syrian government to ensure that they have peace and security in their country, and they can get rid of the terrorists, and they can strengthen the democratic processes in the country. I think that is what our government wants, working with the Syrian government.
Let me ask you about Daesh, the so-called Islamic State. Iranian officials have said that they would help fight IS, after a nuclear deal. Why not before? You didn't want to, or you couldn't?
I think that we have played our role in working with the different governments in the region and working with the government of Iraq, trying to control extremism and radicalism. I think that Iran has already played an important role, and probably after the nuclear deal we will play a more stronger role in that region. Our foreign minister is now traveling in the region because maintaining ties, restoring actually trust with our neighbors is a major issue for us. We hope to be able to restore that trust, working with different regional states to be able to stand firm against extremism, against terrorism, against Daesh, which is a terrible phenomenon.
On the Islamic State, the so-called Islamic State, is that one area of possible further cooperation with the West?
We have many areas of cooperation in the past, even on narcotics, on Afghanistan, on Iraq. We've worked in many different areas. I think for the time being, the focus will be on implementing the nuclear settlement, the nuclear deal. That's the most important area where we're going to work together. But of course, security issues in the region, working together to curb extremism, I think very important areas where all nations in today's global community, they have to work together.
Are you going to work with Saudi Arabia? A lot of the tension in the region is driven by the rivalry between you and Saudi Arabia. Is it time for a peace summit?
We have been trying to establish a dialogue. We've been working through diplomatic channels. We believe that we need to work with countries in the region in different areas, security, trade, even the environment. We have an important convention, the Kuwait Convention in the Persian Gulf area, and that's dealing with the environmental challenges that we have in the Persian Gulf. So you can start on
small confidence-building measures.
We have to work together. We're living in one region together, and if we look to the prosperity of our nations, we have to work together. We have to work to resolve the war in Yemen, which is devastating that nation. We have to work together to resolve many of the outstanding issues, including Daesh in the region. And I think that it's very necessary that we work through diplomatic channels to resolve this issue. And particularly the fact that some of these countries have been trying to give an image, a very negative image about Iran and the role of Iran in the region and the world, and to indicate that Iran has no intention to occupy the region or to dominate over the region, but Iran does intend to work for peace and security in this region.
We live in a time of unprecedented population growth.
In 2015, the world has around 7.3 billion inhabitants.